So, Colin, the living and the dead. How dark does this show get? Should the faint-hearted beware?
I think everybody should be aware of this. It's very unsettling, it's very eerie, it's got a very deep undercurrent in terms of how dark it will go, but ultimately it's about a couple wanting to find happiness, wanting to find a new life, wanting to find light. But a big theme of the show is what lies beneath should be kept beneath, and I think that what is underneath the characters, what is bubbling underneath is very dark.
Is everyone ready? 3, 2, 1.
Nathan, they're coming for you.
It starts off quite scary and it gets worse and worse and worse. So I think that, I think people are going to be scared.
The word we use on set a lot was not horror, but eerie. So it's that sort of ghost story where you think you see something just off the edge of frame, or you hear a voice behind you, shadows and whispers rather than horror. But it is a ghost series, it would be disappointing if people weren't a bit scared and, maybe left the light on a bit longer than they normally would.
This place is damned. Ever since you returned.
And I think I'm right in saying you worked with both of the directors on this before, Alice on Merlin, Sam on Humans. Did that make it a lot easier for you to get into the character of Nathan Appleby?
Absolutely. Alice Troughton and Sam Donovan are two of my most favourite directors I've worked with, because they're very passionate, they're very driven, and we have a great dialogue of how to work on a character and how to approach it and how to tell a story.
Alice had worked with Colin a lot, and I went and met him for a drink and we talked about the character, and I really, really liked him. I liked how serious he took his work. Charlotte I'd seen on a show called Glue, and I remember thinking, wow, she is amazing. I actually wrote her name down, I'm going to one day work with her. And we got them in the room, you never know what's going to happen. And we filmed their early work together, and there was a real spark and frisson. In a sense, they looked very different to what I'd imagined, but in a very good way. They brought something new and fresh. And I really, really enjoyed working with them.
What was it like being married to Colin Morgan throughout the shoot?
I mean, Colin Morgan's amazing, and he's a lovely, lovely guy. And no, it was easy, and it wasn't very difficult playing his wife at all.
Is it exciting knowing that you have a fan base that's followed you all the way from Merlin to The Fall to Humans, now to The Living and the Dead? Is that great for you?
Absolutely. I mean, it could easily be the other way, So I think having that support, having that wave beneath you, absolutely helps, because ultimately you're telling stories for people and you want them to enjoy it. You want them to love what you do, and ultimately sometimes, some days, if you're finding it tough, the thought of doing it for people and it getting out there really pulls you through.